Hello everyone, my name is Kunwar Vikrant Singh and I am Solutions Consultant for Adobe Experience Manager Guides. In the session today on leveraging data content for marketing, we are going to see how structured content created using AEM guides can be published directly to Adobe Experience Manager sites. Here's what we are going to cover in the session today. We are going to start with AEM guides and AEM. Then we are going to talk about a concept of content fragment within AEM sites. Then with the help of a demonstration, we are also going to see this entire workflow in action, where we are going to see how exactly just with a click of button, an entire data map could be published as AEM sites. We are also going to see that how data elements and the topics could be generated as a content fragments. And then in a quick demonstration, we are also going to see how a marketer would be able to reuse these content fragments on site pages. Towards the end, we are going to talk about the summary and the key takeaways of this entire workflow, where we are going to see some of the benefits of this ultimate reuse strategy. Now let's talk about Adobe Experience Manager Guides or AEM Guides. AEM Guides is a part of AEM platform. It is a cloud-native component content management system that provides an end-to-end platform to manage, create, and deliver your entire technical documentation. Whether it is your product documents, it's your self-service help, user guide, all those kind of technical documentation could be managed by one single platform. And that's where the uniqueness of this platform comes in. This is the only platform in the market where you would be able to streamline your entire content management with one single platform. It is AEM has its own CCMS, which is AEM Guides to manage your technical documentation. AEM has a DAM, which is the Digital Asset Management AEM Assets to manage all your media libraries, maybe. It is also a web content management system, AEM Sites, which is going to power your websites. Using a single platform, you would be able to power your entire digital business with one unified Adobe content platform. Being on one platform, it helps you to manage a consistent messaging across different channels or touch points. Not only that, it also going to reduce the total cost of ownership. Your go-to-market become much faster with one integrated platform and lots of AI-powered workflows. Now, before talking about how marketing would be able to leverage the data content, let me also introduce you to the concept of content fragments in AEM sites, which is very important for this use case. Content fragments are reusable, presentation agnostic, modular content, which are used very frequently by the marketers to build web pages. Content fragments could be reused across different pages and sites very easily. Very similar to the data topics in data map, where a topic could be reused across multiple maps. Similarly, content fragments could be reused across different web pages. Now, let's talk about the capability of AEM Guides, where it helps organizations to accelerate their content velocity by directly publishing data content to AEM sites as a dynamically updated pages or as content fragments. Consider a scenario. There is a map where author may need to create a PDF, but at the same time, author may also want to publish the entire map as AEM site. Just with a click of a button, author would be able to directly publish this entire map as AEM site. At the same time, author may also feel that some of the topics within that map may be a suitable candidate for the content fragment as they could also be utilized by the product pages. Using another capability within AEM Guides, just with a click of a button, a content fragment could be generated from a topic. And this entire process is carried with minimal dependence on IT and without any intermediate conversions to HTML. Not only that, even this entire configuration is available with easy user interface based mapping for the content fragments. Let's take an example of a web page, a product page. A product page maybe consists of a header. It may have certain marketing content from experience manager sites. which may have some images, some product description. But at the same time, let's assume that the product is technical in nature, and maybe the product should also have a technical content. It should also have a product specification. And most of the time, these product specifications are part of your map. They are part of your data content, your technical documents. So the content fragment that has been published with one of the topic which was having this specification could now be reused onto this web page. And just imagine, in case any changes happen to that technical information, the product specification, change at one place, which is your topic, just republish the entire content fragment, and wherever the content fragment is used onto these web pages, it would be automatically updated, which most of the time is a manual process. So that is how the entire data content could be published to AEM site, either as an entire AEM site, or in case it is required to be utilized by the marketing, maybe on their product page, some of the topics could also be published as content fragments. Now let's see this entire workflow in action with the help of a short demonstration. In the demonstration, I have considered two different personas. One of them is a Tracy, who is an author. She has already created a map, and we are going to see how Tracy is going to utilize a single-click omnichannel publishing to generate different kinds of output, whether they are PDF or maybe directly to AEM sites. Tracy would also like to publish some of these topics as a content fragment because she feels that maybe that could be a good candidate to be utilized on the web page. We are going to see how Tracy is going to utilize the system to publish these content fragments as well. With that, let me move on to the demonstration part. Let's move on to a map which you are currently able to see on your screen. This map consists of many topics. Some of the topics may have some additional images, some may have some tables list. This is a quite comprehensive map from a content coverage point of view. Tracy would like to publish this entire map to AEM sites maybe. Within the interface, you have an output tab here. She clicks on output tab. The moment she clicks on output tab, she is able to see different options in which she would be able to publish. In case it is required, she would be able to generate a PDF just with a click of a button. In case she maybe needs to generate HTML5, she would be able to do so. Similarly, in case she needs JSON, she would also be able to do so. But the important or the most important part of this entire demonstration is AEM sites, because that's what we are talking about. Now, in case you want to publish maybe a AEM site, she would also be able to do so with the click of a button. To save some time, I've already generated that, and let me utilize the view output to see that what kind of AEM site output has been generated from that map. This is the map. This is the AEM site that has been generated using the sample map that I was showing. You see that all first level topics are visible here. Even if I go maybe in detail for a particular, like within particular topic, I would be able to see the entire content along with all images, tables which are being taken care of. Of course, the look and feel, the logos, the styling, everything generally is configured based on the customer's requirement, because each customer have their own way of utilizing or own way of branding their websites. But the idea is just with the help of single click publishing, Tracy, who is an author, would be able to publish the entire map as AEM sites. Now let's also consider another use case where Tracy may want to publish some of these topics as content fragments, which would of course be utilized by the marketing team. See, if she feels that a graphic user interface for mobile devices could be a good candidate, she goes into some of these options and select publish as content fragment. Now, when she opens up this UI, it asks for a path. Path is going to be a path where she's going to save this content fragment, which essentially is going to be a common path within the repository, which could also be utilized by somebody who is going to use this content fragment, maybe a marketing manager, which we are going to talk about shortly from now. Then, of course, she would also like to give it some name. Maybe she gives this content fragment a name, DW2024, which is Data World 2024. And then, of course, it also asks for a model. This is a content fragment model. So each content fragment structure is defined with the help of a model. And that's what it's asking Tracy to fill in right now. Similarly, we have a mapping. These mapping are the configuration that has been created to make sure that when a topic is converted into a content fragment, there is one-to-one mapping with respect to the elements in data topic and then the structure within content fragment. This mapping could also be done using an interface, and we are going to see how that user interface looks like. But currently, it's just a simple mapping file which Tracy needs to select in order to publish this. She quickly goes ahead and publish this as content fragment. Now, the moment she published this as a content fragment, it is successful. And then towards the right hand side, you would be able to see in the file properties, just below reference, you also have output, which essentially is all these content fragments that has been generated using this particular topic. If I may open up one of the content fragment, you would be able to see that this content fragment structure contains a title, short description, and then topic data. Based on the mapping that we have done, the title from a topic, which is this, is directly coming into the title of a content fragment. The short description element within data topic directly points to a short description element within content fragment. And then the rest of a body is available within the topic data along with images as well as the tables, which of course is this entire document. This entire body of this particular topic is available within the topic data. Now, this is how you create a content fragment from a topic. Now, we have seen how Tracy would be able to utilize AEM Guide single click omnichannel publishing to publish entire map to AEM sites. Similarly, we have seen that how she would even be able to publish some of these topics as content fragment. Now, let's see another persona who is Mary. She's a marketing manager. She's eager to create this compelling web pages and actively seeking high quality technical content to enhance the page impact. She browses the repository to effectively utilize available content fragments generated through AEM guides. Now, this is going to be the same repository which Tracy has used to publish her content fragments, just enhancing the level of collaboration between the technical authors as well as the marketing manager. Now let's see how Mary is going to interact with the AEM to utilize the content fragment generated by Tracy. Now let's consider a scenario. Mary's organization has launched a new graphical user interface for the mobile app, and Mary as a marketing manager would like to write a new content which could be utilized by her customers. She goes into AEM homepage and clicks sites here. Of course, she already has a portal where she would like to create this content. She goes to the right place, and then within that, she quickly goes ahead and create this new page. The moment she clicks on new page, the AEM basically prompts that do you want to utilize one of the page template. She quickly goes and select the relevant one and quickly goes ahead, create this particular page. And after that, she of course would be able to give some new name to the page she wants to create. And I'm just putting that here in the text boxes. In case she wants to use a tag, she would even be able to do so. Page title, right now for the sake of simplicity, I'm utilizing the same content which I use in the title. She quickly goes ahead and create this particular page. Now this page has been created and she may want to start writing the content. She's going to utilize the standard features within AEM to start writing this content. And maybe first thing which she would like to do is maybe insert a new title of this particular article which she's writing. She goes ahead, insert a new text component and then insert a content here. But this is not the right site which she would like to use. Maybe she quickly goes ahead and change it to the heading 1. But this is not looking that good. Maybe she would also like to utilize the hero image, which she may already have, and she insert another component here at the top, and then include an image, which of course could come directly from AEM assets, or in case she has some local image, she would be able to utilize that. And in case she wants to give some name, the title, maybe the alt text, in case she needs to make it accessible, she would be able to do so as well. And here she is going to give a size which she wants to utilize for this particular image onto the page. And this is how she has basically included some image, hero image, and then of course there is some title of that particular document. At the same time, now the content writers in her team has already written some of the content that she would be able to utilize. She really goes ahead and utilize that. Now, till this point of time, when she is using these images, writing the title, and then maybe using some content which her team has written, it's all marketing content which is available with her. But at the same time, now she wants to write and maybe go a bit deep. And in this case, the content should come from the product team, from the product technical documentation team. Now, this is the interesting part within AEM, where Mary, now as a marketing manager, would be able to utilize the content from the technical author, who is Tracy, as both of them are working in one single platform, which is AEM. Tracy is using AEM guides for writing the technical content. Mary is using AEM sites to create these web pages. And now let's see how Mary would be able to utilize the hard work done by Tracy. She is going to utilize another component within AEM sites, which is Content Fragment. She quickly goes ahead and include that one at the right place. And then now she is going to link this particular component to the right content fragment, which is going to come from the same location where Tracy, who is a technical author, has published one of the content fragments from the topics. She quickly goes ahead and include this particular content fragment within her page. Now just see, this page is consist of a hero image. This page is consist of content coming from a marketing team. At the same time, this page is also consist of a technical author, the content created by a technical author, mostly the technical content that is also now part of this particular web page. And the important thing is that it is not that you will be able to utilize only one particular content fragment. Maybe there are chances that there are multiple content that you might be interested in as a marketing manager, which might have to come from a technical author. You would even be able to use another content fragment that might be available. And the another one was intended use, which was also created by Tracy. And now she's using that particular the content fragment as well. Along with that, all standard functionalities within content fragments are available. Maybe in this case, she doesn't want to use the entire one. Maybe within the content fragment, she used the one like which is title and maybe the topic data. She goes ahead and include that particular content within her page. Now this entire page is ready. Page is now available, which could be utilized by customer, which will be published directly. Tracy could use AEM site to publish this page, and this particular content could reach their customers. Right, that's all there. It's all AEM site standard functionality. But Another use case which I'm going to cover at this point of time is, let's assume that there has been certain content change that happens within AEM guides, within the technical documentation. How that particular update is going to flow onto this particular page. Let's consider that. I'm moving back to my AEM guides page where I'm able to see this map once again. When I'm seeing this map, I'm able to see that, okay, there are multiple topics. One of the content fragment which Mary used was intended use. And then there was another one which Mary used was a graphical user interface. Let's assume that both of them get changed. Let me remove some content from here. Maybe let me also remove a point here, which is the motion detectors. And I quickly save here. Now Tracy is working. It's a Tracy who is a technical author who is working here. She basically saves this content, and just with a click of button, she regenerates this entire content fragment. And while generating that, she basically says that just overwrite an existing content or the existing content fragment. Similarly, she may even want to change another one, and let's assume that just the image above this table, maybe this image is not required now. She quickly goes ahead and remove this image. Once again, saving this content and publishing it again is going to overwrite the content fragments. If I quickly go ahead and maybe have a quick look at a content fragment, I would be able to see that this has been now updated. There's no image which is available here. Let's see how the page which is being created using this particular content fragment are now going to behave. So currently, if you see, there is an image which is available just about table, and the content has a motion detector. But now if I quickly go ahead and refresh this particular page, you would be able to see that the motion detectors have been removed. Similarly, the image which was available above the table is also not there. Now, this is how the entire content workflow, right from AEM guides, where Tracy as a technical author is going to work, then create the content, create those content fragments, and then how Mary, who's a marketing manager, is going to create these pages, which could be consist of many different elements like the images, title, some content from our marketing team, then the content fragment. Everything quickly comes together and build this entire web page with a dynamic linking to some of the source as well. And of course, I mean, the content fragment are the independent entity within AEM sites, right? So in case somebody wants to create a content fragment directly, those capabilities are still there. Idea is to basically merge the power of technical documentation with the power of AEM sites, where the marketing is creating these compelling web pages. Now let's also talk about how this mapping between the data, topic, and elements could be done with respect to content fragment. And before that, let me introduce you to the content fragment model editor. We have already seen, or we have already talked about that content fragment itself has a structure. Right now, let me quickly show you that how that structure looks like. If you see here, this particular content fragment is consist of a title. It consists of a short description. It consists of a topic data. Towards the right hand side, you would be able to see all these data types which are available. In case you want to quickly go ahead and generate or maybe update these content fragment model, you would be able to do so. Idea of showing this to you is like, let's say in your data element, you have certain specific element which you would like to use within the content fragment. The flexibility of content fragment basically gives you a choice whether how many different elements of such nature you would want to utilize within your content fragment model. And after that, using a simple UI where you would be able to select your content fragment model, which would then all the elements would of course be available, and then using your data element, you would be able to quickly map them up. That's what you're currently seeing on your screen. So this way, if you have a specific way of writing your technical documents where you have a specific elements where you put specific content. Of course, I mean, based on data or maybe some specialization. In case you have all those things, you would be able to create those content fragment model at your will, and then you would be able to map them using a very simple user interface without doing any kind of file-based configuration or any kind of additional coding. One more thing which I would also like to talk about, we know that AEM Guide is a database based solution. It has all support for the data attributes, the conditions, all those kinds of things are already there. Even while generating these content fragments, users are going to get an option in case they want to use some of these attributes as a potential conditions. With this, let us quickly summarize and talk about key takeaways of this session. We have seen that when it comes to content fragment publishing from guides, this is an ultimate reuse strategy. It provides you with a flexible publishing where you would be able to republish both types of content separately. It enhances the collaboration between the marketing and tech documentation teams. Even the content reuse does not happen only at a level of map or the topic. It can happen even at a level of website where a same topic which has been created or used in the data map could be published as content fragment and then could be utilized onto the web pages. We have seen the example. It is going to ensure the faster time to market. If something is already created, no need to create that again. Just reuse it, whether it is your map or it is your web page. And in case something changes, just with a click of one button, all places where that particular content fragment is being utilized, all those web pages would automatically get updated. We have seen that also in action during the demonstration. Thank you so much for attending the session today. I hope you have found this session insightful. In case you have additional questions, please feel free to reach out to us.